Hey, it's Soul, and this is a special tale from the Crossroads. This story was not submitted. It was a post on the WoW forums, highlighted by someone on the Blizzard staff. This isn't a typical tale, but I really want to read this story, because if nothing else, I don't want this story to be forgotten. Action writes, my wife passed away on October 5th. They say the fact that I was sitting right beside her, waiting for her to wake up so we can hit Darkmoon Fair and Brewfest together, and had no idea when she left, is a good thing. That means she was at peace, and the transition was easy and painless. I don't know anything about that. I'm trying to take their word for it, but all I can feel right now is pain and loneliness. I had actually picked up World of Warcraft when it first hit the shelves out of beta. I corrupted my wife to it sometime during Burning Crusade. By the time Cataclysm came out, we were both housebound, disabled. At the time, it was more difficult for me to sit up and play for very long than it was for her. I managed, but frankly only because she wanted me to play with her. And then not for very long before I had to rest. Sometime in Mists, we corrupted her son, or my stepson, to our Warcraft addiction, and she somehow managed to finesse her much reduced finances to pick up a second account, since she no longer had room to make new characters. Even though she'd become largely bedridden, and played from a laptop on a hospital-style lap tray. Sometime during Warlords of Draenor, he got married, and his wife joined our band of happy fanatics. We typically only played together with one or two friends or a couple of my former students who stayed in touch. And frankly, I only really played to be with them, doing something with them which we could all do. Okay, mostly I was playing because she was pleading, begging, or nagging me alternately to come spend some time doing one of the few things she could enjoy, as she'd become bedridden and it hurt her for me to touch her most days. She loved the World of Warcraft. Perhaps I did too, but it was mostly my love for her that drove me to continue adding expansions I could no longer fully explore, since raids and PvP and many of the other things I once enjoyed were beyond my declining abilities. I cancelled both of her accounts less than 30 minutes ago. Charlie will no longer be running besides Action. Lubov will no longer be guarding Panacea. All the characters I built specifically to run amok with my beloved are now as alone as I am in this home we once shared. The game has been brought up by her children who I couldn't love more if they were flesh of my blood, by friends who have stopped or called by to give their condolences. I've told them that I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to play again. And I'm not. Just hours before she slipped from this mortal coil of earth, my beautiful bride was logging out of Azeroth, content because she managed to take, if not all 60 characters, at least the ones she was going to this month to the Darkmoon Fair to do their profession quests. Right here, right now. I think I vastly prefer to remember her competing with me to see which of us leads our guilds in achievement points than visiting Azeroth without her. That may change. I may be lured back by our friends and family, but not for a while, if ever. In the meantime, thank you, Blizzard, for giving her Azeroth to make her last years on Earth so pleasurable from all of us who ran with her.